I'm Emily DeFouw. I have my doctorate in school psychology, and I'm also a BCBA, which is a board certified behavior analysis. I graduated from the University of Massachusetts in Boston, where I did my training in school psychology. And then I hopped across the country. I know, right? I hopped across the country and I did my pre-doctoral internship at Monroe Meyer Institute. And then I hopped kind of back over in the middle of the country to Ohio, where I did my postdoctorate training at Ohio University in the Center for Intervention Research in Schools. And then I came back down to the south to Mississippi, and that's where I started my first faculty position here at University of Southern Mississippi. And I am a assistant professor in the program.
Nice. Thank you so much. Sounds like you've been around everywhere.
Yeah.
And those are some great schools to know. Yeah, we really enjoy having you.
Yeah, so USM really stood out to me. For one reason, they stood out because it is a behavioral school psychology program. I come with a strong behavioral background too, so it was really important to me that I could take my previous experiences and also train and supervise students in that same type of framework. Very much I value behavioral principles when applying it to the work, the practice I do, the research I do, when we're trying to serve our communities and our students and our families. So that was one big reason that brought me to USM. Another reason that brought me to USM is the potential for collaboration. Historically, there's been a lot of collaboration that happens within the USM school psychology programs. And it's also a core value in school psychology. You want to collaborate with teachers and parents and families and all that stuff. And so I also wanted to have people that I could collaborate with on the research I'm doing and also in the practice. And then historically, USM has also been a very influential program in research productivity with their students and their work. And so I also wanted to significantly contribute to the field of school psychology and the research that I do.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. So as I had mentioned in my undergrad, I was particularly interested in this math world. And so what I research now is I research treatment intensity of research-based math interventions that are delivered within a response to intervention framework. So particularly, class-wide math interventions, tier 2, those targeted, as well as some of those individual. And then my other research interests revolve around school-based consultation and how we can provide those effective and efficient resources for teachers seeking support.
Sounds like a handful, but it's very important work, and it's really important to have those curriculum-based assessments that we do here, because without that we don't have enough data to be able to have interventions that we need.
Absolutely. We need that database decision making when
Exactly.
providing those services. So I'm interested in that treatment intensity. And when I mean that treatment intensity, I'm really talking about what is the dosage of an intervention, how you prescribe an intervention. And particularly I'm interested in that because, as you know, Merrick, there is not enough time in the day to do all the things that we need to do.
And all the hats you wear.
Exactly. And so there's not enough time in a school day either for the teachers to provide, all of the things that they have to do. And so I'm really interested in taking what works and figuring out how can we not only effectively but efficiently deliver those interventions. And so what my research does is I want to take the resources that schools currently have and I want to say, okay, so they have a 20-minute block. How can we maximize that 20 minutes and get the most bang for our buck? So it really has to do with about maximizing the resources that already exist in the school to promote the most effective and the best outcomes for students.
So using the resources you have to promote that instructional delivery.
Exactly. Yeah, great question. I think one of my biggest pieces of advice for students, not only coming in, but also in the program at this time, is to get connected. Get connected with your people. And these are the people, within your cohort, across your cohorts. These are the people that you turn to when you have questions. These are your allies. And then you'll just,
Yeah. You really need to build that community.
You need to build that community. And you need to be able, you want to be able to bounce ideas off of. I mentioned that collaboration is so important to me, and that's what brought me to USM. And so I like to model that for students. And so get connected with your people, because during your graduate studies, you're going to turn to them. But you're not just going to turn to them during graduate studies. You're going to constantly turn to them once you graduate too, because these are the people who are going to get what you're doing every single day, and these are the people who are going to understand your alphabet soup, because you know we like to talk in acronyms.
Exactly.
And so these are the people that just like understand you. They understand what you're talking about and what you are going through on a daily basis.
And that's so important to have, especially when you're in such a niche program as well.
Yeah.
Thank you again so much, Dr. DeFouw, for coming and speaking on some of your experiences and giving advice, and just really appreciate you coming here and in our department to contribute a lot to our program and continue to do that.
Thanks, Mary. I was happy to do this too. Anytime.
It was fun.
Yes.